What if the story you were taught about the Civil War was carefully edited, incomplete, even manipulated? Imagine standing on a battlefield where thousands are dying, believing they are fighting for honor, freedom, and their nation, while far away, powerful men sit in quiet rooms making decisions that will send even more to their deaths. This was the hidden reality of the Civil War, a conflict far darker and more complex than history books dare to admit. Officially, it was a war between North and South, a fight over slavery and unity. But behind that simple explanation was a tangled web of power struggles, economic interests, secret strategies, and decisions driven by ego rather than justice. From the very beginning, the war was shaped not just by ideals, but by ambition. Political leaders used powerful speeches to inspire millions, yet behind closed doors, they debated not morality, but control of land, resources, and influence over a growing nation. Soldiers marched into battle believing in a cause, but many of those causes were carefully constructed narratives designed to maintain support. Newspapers printed stories that glorified victories and hid failures. Defeats were softened, mistakes were buried, and the public was kept in the dark. Entire battles were fought not because they were necessary, but because leaders needed to prove strength or protect their reputation. Young men, some barely out of childhood, were sent into deadly situations without knowing the full truth. And as the war escalated, so did the secrecy. Plans were hidden, communications were coded, and even allies were not always told the full story. The Civil War was not just fought with guns and cannons, it was fought with information, deception, and silence. What makes it even more chilling is how much of this truth remained hidden for decades. Official records were altered, personal accounts were ignored, and only fragments of reality survived. Today, as historians dig deeper, a different picture emerges, one of manipulation, sacrifice, and decisions that changed countless lives forever. This is not just the story of a war. This is the story of the secrets behind it, the truths they never wanted you to know. While soldiers clashed openly on bloody battlefields, another war was being fought in silence, a war of spies, codes, and invisible enemies. Intelligence became one of the most powerful weapons of the Civil War, yet it remained largely unseen. Both sides built secret networks of informants who risked everything to gather information. These were not just trained agents, but ordinary people, farmers, shopkeepers, women, and even enslaved individuals, who moved quietly through enemy territory carrying secrets that could change the course of the war. Messages were hidden in the most unexpected ways, inside shoes, stitched into clothing, written in invisible ink, or memorized to avoid detection. Some spies infiltrated enemy camps, pretending to be loyal while secretly observing troop movements and strategies. Others worked behind the scenes, passing information through complex chains of communication. But this hidden world was filled with danger. If caught, spies faced brutal punishment, imprisonment, torture, or execution. Yet many continued their work, knowing that a single piece of information could save thousands of lives or lead to devastating losses. Even more dangerous were double agents, individuals who pretended to serve one side while secretly working for the other. Their false information caused confusion, misled commanders, and sometimes resulted in catastrophic decisions. Entire battles were influenced by intelligence that was incomplete or deliberately manipulated. Trust became rare, and suspicion spread across both armies. Neighbors began to doubt each other, and communities were divided not just by loyalty, but by fear. Women played a surprisingly powerful role in this secret war.